Welcome to GK Quiz Prime Time. Which rocket was used by ISRO to successfully launch India's heaviest communication satellite CMS-03? Right answer is option C, LVM-3 Gaganyaan rocket. Which rocket was used to launch India's first space astronomy observatory AstroSat? Right answer is option A, PSLV C30. Who has recently developed an indigenous semiconductor chip called RISC for space applications? Right answer is option C, ISRO and IIT Madras. Which satellite was launched on the LVM-3 M6 mission conducted on 24th December 2025? Right answer is option A, Bluebird 6. Which planet's 29th moon was discovered by the James Webb Space Telescope? Right answer is option D, Uranus. Which institution in 2025 proposed the development of the world's smallest semiconductor chip? Right answer is option B, IISc Bangalore. Which space agency launched a lunar satellite to detect and map water on the moon? Right answer is option C, NASA. Which country is leading the artificial sun project called EAST? Right answer is option D, China. In January, the Satyendranath Bose Astronomical Observatory was inaugurated in which state? Right answer is option B, West Bengal. Which rocket marked ISRO's 100th satellite launch from Sriharikota? Right answer is option A, GSLV F-15. Which rocket was used to launch ESA's Probe 3 spacecraft by ISRO? Right answer is option A, PSLV C-59. Which satellite was launched by ISRO using the GSLV F-15 rocket in January? Right answer is option B, NVS-02. Which organization created the 10-ton vertical planetary mixer for rocket propellants? Right answer is option C, ISRO. Where has ISRO launched the Himalayan outpost for planetary exploration related to Gaganyaan? Right answer is option A, Ladakh. Which country launched the world's first wooden satellite Lignosat aboard SpaceX's rocket? Right answer is option B, Japan. Recently, ISRO conducted a model rocket launch test for the first time in which state? Right answer is option C, Uttar Pradesh. By which year is ISRO planning to launch navigation satellites NVS-03, NVS-04, and NVS-05? Right answer is option C, 2026. Who received approval to launch India's first private satellite broadband service? Right answer is option C, Anant Tech. Where was the world's highest astronomical observatory been recently inaugurated? Right answer is option C, Atacama Desert, Chile. Which Indian state government announced plans to launch its own satellite? Right answer is option B, Assam. Which country is developing the world's first deep water space station? Right answer is option D, China. Which is India's most advanced weather satellite recently launched by ISRO? Right answer is option A, INSAT 3DS. Which high resolution weather forecasting system was launched in India in May 2025? Right answer is option A, Bharat Forecast System. Which country's private company's lander, Blue Ghost, recently touched down on the moon? Right answer is option A, USA. Which country became the 54th signatory of NASA's Artemis Accords? Right answer is option C, Bangladesh. Which Indian communication satellite was placed in orbit by SpaceX's Falcon 9? Right answer is option C, GSAT 20. Which vehicle was used by ISRO for its first space docking mission, SpaDEX? Right answer is option B, PSLV CA-C60. Chandrayaan 5 or LUPEX is a collaborative mission between India and which nation? Right answer is option C, Japan. Which spacecraft safely returned Sunita Williams to Earth in March 2025? Right answer is option A, SpaceX Crew Dragon. Which space agency launched the Sphere X telescope to study the universe's glow? Right answer is option A, NASA. Which two satellites were part of India's first docking mission under SpaDEX? Right answer is option A, Chaser and Target. Who became the first Indian astronaut to travel to the International Space Station under Axiom Mission 4? Right answer is option B, Shubhanshu Shukla. How long did Shubhanshu Shukla remain aboard the International Space Station? Right answer is option D, 18 days. Which launch vehicle was used by ISRO for the EOS-08 mission? Right answer is option A, SSLV D3. Which country launched the world's first methane fueled rocket? Right answer is option C, China. What is the name of ISRO's mission dedicated to studying the sun? Right answer is option A, Aditya L1. Which Indian origin astronaut created a record for the longest stay in space? Right answer is option A, Sunita Williams. Which seeds did ISRO successfully germinate in space as part of its experiment? Right answer is option D, cowpea seeds. Which rocket carried the NISAR satellite into space in July 2025? Right answer is option A, GSLV F-16. Which countries are jointly developing the NISAR satellite mission? Right answer is option B, India and USA. Which radar bands were used in NISAR and which countries developed them? Right answer is option A, L band by USA and S band by India. How many days did Sunita Williams spend on her most recent ISS mission? Right answer is option C, 286 days. Where was the Pasang Wangchuk Sona ISRO Space Laboratory inaugurated? Right answer is option A, Arunachal Pradesh. How many new moons were added to Saturn's count, raising the total to 274? Right answer is option A, 128. Which private company launched the FRAM2 mission to study polar regions of Earth? Right answer is option B, SpaceX. When was India's first National Space Day celebrated officially? Right answer is option B, 23rd August 2024. Who successfully created oxygen in space using artificial photosynthesis? Right answer is option A, CNSA, China. The Sri S. Ramakrishnan Center of Excellence in Fluid and Thermal Science Research has been inaugurated by ISRO at which institution? Right answer is option B, IIT Madras. What is a protostar recently highlighted in space research news? Right answer is option B, an early stage in star formation. Which country launched the navigation satellite Michibiki 6 in February 2025? Right answer is option A, Japan. Elon Musk's company SpaceX provides satellite based high speed internet under which name? Right answer is option B, Starlink. Which institute partnered with ISRO to design the indigenous semiconductor chip Iris for space use? Right answer is option A, IIT Madras. Which island in Andhra Pradesh is home to ISRO's Satish Dhawan Space Center? Right answer is option B, Sri Harikota Island. Which Indian space scientist from ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Center specialized in lightning physics and co authored a brief history of rocketry in ISRO? Right answer is option A, PV Manoranjan Rao. What is the name of ISRO's mission that successfully demonstrated in space docking and undocking? Right answer is option B, SpaDEX. Where is the master control facility of ISRO located? Right answer is option D, Karnataka. In which of the following years ISRO was established? Right answer is option C, 1969. Which country inaugurated its first space agency called the Korea Aerospace Administration? Right answer is option D, South Korea. Which launch vehicle was used by ISRO for the EOS 08 mission? Right answer is option A, SSLV D3. Who developed India's first electric rocket named Vayuputra? Right answer is option D, Space Kids India. Stay updated, stay ahead. Subscribe for more current affairs and competitive exam prep.